Morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. I've got questions for you. What opens with Chuck on the road to meet her daddies with a daddy figure driving her? I think he's driving. And what closes with Reggie on the road with his daddy with him, not getting no resolution for his daddy issues? Or is he? If you guessed Survivor's Remorse Season 4, Episode 2, I don't know what it's called, but we're going to have that in the title for you, then you are correct. Thank you for clicking on my recap review and sticking around to hear how we got from opening to closing. I'm Angela. The channel is Be Fabulous You. Let's go from opening to closing. Daddy, 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 daddy. Family love. It's some good. I like this, seeing this family love here. Okay, so we have Chuck. Is it Mary Charles? I had written Mary Catherine. I knew it was some kind of Catholic name, but it's masculine, huh? Okay. Chuck driving with Uncle's friend Pookie from Boston to Long Island. They were together. She had connected with him last episode. And she is offering him money during the drive. He says he does not want her charity. He says he has a good job that pays him well. And he's even taking a personal day tomorrow to deal with this. Thank you very much, ma'am. Mary Catherine is like, how about so at some point they're talking, and it's kind of hard to get a straight answer from. So Mary Catherine is like, Chuck is like, how about I just give you some of this gas money for a straight answer. The writing and the acting, there's a lot of like kind of interesting dynamics that happen, and a lot of things that are really funny that I can't exactly capture, because it's like it's something in the chemistry with those writers and that acting. It's not just like the line itself that's funny. It's the whole moment that's funny and sad sometimes at the same time. So anyway, that whole car ride was cute. Later on, they, dancing to, is it Ain't No Stopping Us? I don't know what they dancing to, but they, you know how you be on a road trip and you be jamming, they on the road trip and they jamming. Okay, so then we see Mama Cassie and her boyfriend making out in his childhood room. And I tell you, I don't know what exactly to make of this, this relationship with the mama and the Asian man. And he just seems to have just love for her, unconditional love, I guess is the word. Like he's just here for him some Cassie. He like him some Cassie. He love him some Cassie. He crazy about some Cassie. So I guess, yeah. I mean, it's nice to see, a woman, anybody get unconditional love and feel free to love and share and be affectionate, so, I think just the whole intercultural thing, I'm still trying to figure out how to process it and what I think of it. So, but I guess hey, if you like it, I love it. So, yeah. Who is this? What's going on? Okay. So yeah, they hanging out. They in China and they're in Asia. I don't know if it's China or Taiwan or, but they're in the childhood home of Cassie's boyfriend. I can't remember his name. And they making out in his childhood room. We found out that he left home for prep school at 15. And so Cassie is just really thinking about, wow, look at trying to imagine his life at 15 and looking at how nice his room is and how nice he was living at 15 compared to how she was living at 15 and what she was experiencing at 15 and what her children experienced at the age of 15. So hold on a second. And, there's also some conversation about, kind of like destiny. Like, he's like, if I had met you at 15, we were just destined to be together. I was made to love you, basically. And it's kind of like, dang. It was just kind of an interesting moment. It's an interesting dynamic, gives you something to think about. Then we see Cam with the guy who's helping him, and I think that this is the guy who there was some wedding and Cam upstaged him. Dirty Paul, and he is on a mission. This guy from the neighborhood, this guy from his Cam's childhood, is on a mission to get Cam to invest in his real estate flipping business. He like, I've been watching TV and I know I can do it. Your money, my, intelligence from watching TV, and we got this. So, he is helping him to connect with the house where when Cam's daddy wrote him letters. Cam's daddy was in jail. He wrote him letters when he was 11. The mama hid the letters, never gave the letters to Cam. She said they got evicted from the house and the letters, it's a wrap. But he's going back to that house, and his friend is helping him to get into the house to see if they can find the letters or what the deal is. Now, the neighborhood has been gentrified, but his friend has connections with someone who has connections with someone who is in the house. So they're meeting up, to kind of go in and see if they can find find these letters. Cam is on the hunt for letters from his daddy. And then on one hand, I was like, well, why don't he just ask his daddy what he said in the letters? But I think it's kind of like, it's also like that was that moment in time 20 years ago, however many years ago, and his father had a message for him and thoughts and ideas that he may not be, it's something special from that time and of that particular moment in time. So I could understand that. I was kind of like, okay. There's some talk about gentrification. Let's invest in flipping. You invest, I'll flip. And Cam is like, well, I'll talk to Reggie about it. Okay. So yeah. So then we see Miss Missy in the hospital, and she says she recognizes Daddy Trent from the photos. And, he's like, to her, well, thank you for letting Reg know that I was in town. And then we see Missy lying, because when Reg comes out and he sees her, he just gets like, he's upset. He mad. I told you not to call my wife. He's saying to his daddy, Trent, why you calling my dad? Don't be calling my wife. I'm mad at you. And Missy's like, wait, hold on, wait. The hospital alerted me because I am your next of kin on your insurance. You had a head injury. The hospital alerted me. How did the hospital know to alert you? Did you give them your insurance card? She a good liar. She on the spot. She, about to lie and keeping things a little cool here, because Reggie got kind of hot. So we got that thing going, and we see also this whole idea of insurance. Maybe the father doesn't have insurance, but they're going to pay for it, for him to get some treatment. He's resistant. And plus, he says he wants to stay out of databases, the father. So, we don't know, what the deal is, if that's just an excuse for not having insurance or, I don't know. But anyway, we got that scene. Then we have the white guy living where Cam used to live. And we find out that he did, in fact, find the letters from Cam's dad in the ceiling tiles when he renovated. And he saved the letters, the white man that lives in the house now, because his dad was in prison too. So it's kind of like they're connecting across color lines, across culture lines, across timelines. And, his dad had sent letters. It's a whole bunch of monologues I noticed in this episode. Like, these actors have an opportunity to, do some stuff. And then I don't know who says it. Maybe his friend, maybe Cam's friend, when they're leaving, says, this is some real color purple stuff. You like, he might say it to the guy, you like the white Danny Glover. And that dude was effing talkative. So I think this is just different things his friend said that I thought were kind of funny. But again, it's a half-hour show. It's funny. It's worth watching. It's interesting. There's just a lot of the stuff they deal with I really appreciate. Then we see Mama Cassie, and she is watching her boyfriend rip all the posters, off his wall. So as a young boy, at 15, when he left his room, he had posters of, beautiful women all over his wall. Cassie has made note that there wasn't no chocolate women up there. And it wasn't no white women up there either. But anyway, he ripping all the posters off. He's so enthusiastic and free and joyful. I guess he's just lived like a very different life. He ain't really got no weight on him, it seems. Then we see Cam reading the letters from his dad while his friend is prattling on in the background about flipping houses. But we can tell Cam is not paying attention to him. Then we see Mary Chuck, M. Chuck, arriving in Long Island. Then we're back to Missy and Reg offering Reggie's dad a room for the night. His sobriety won't let him take the pills for the pain medication. He's out from, he went in and got some treatment or whatever, but he's, out or whatever, but he can't fill the prescription for the pain medications, because that's probably like a trigger for him. A lot of people who have, kind of substance abuse issues, you don't really want to use nothing, because that could just be the gateway to you using whatever. So, then we're at the graveyard, and Mary is like, wow, they all went the same day. And she does this whole monologue where she talks to all of the different folks, hello, rape father number 1. And she, goes into this whole monologue, and, then it's like rape dad number 3, and why didn't you wear a condom? And, whatever. It's kind of like a weird type situation, because she meets her father in the grave, one of 3 people who raped her mom. It doesn't sound like really the makings for a comedy, does it? But there were some funny moments in it. And we find out, or I guess I found out, that Uncle Julius had called goons on the guys. And Mary Chuck is kind of like, well, punishment ain't punishment without suffering. Did you cry and beg for your life? This is so effed up. And then she's crying, and then Pookie is holding her. And again, I really like this this black man holding this black woman down, this young black woman down. I like the way that she tried to sexualize it. That's like the transaction that she has used in the past, where you can look at my titties. He like, girl, I don't know, and so it's kind of like he's kept the lines from getting blurred, and he's, I think it's beautiful, and it's nice. It's nice. And she's talking about how this is like just a mind effing type situation. Without the rape, there's no me, there's no Chuck. Isn't that a mind F? If I ever heard of one, and she's like, I thought I would feel better. But there's still time for her to process it. And feelings sometimes come in waves, and resolution sometimes comes in waves. So then we have this little montage scene with Cam reading the letter. I think that he might be, so we see Cam reading the letter, then we see Missy driving Reggie and the dad. The son is in the front seat and the dad is in the back seat, and sometimes you see them in the same shot, so it's kind of like they're together but not connected, they're close but not close. I think I read someplace that there's even a shot of the sign on these mirrors where they say objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. So I guess it's like the father and son are closer than they appear, or there's hope for that. We see Mem Chuck leaving the graveyard. We see Cassie on the phone listening to Cam read the letter. So, it's kind of like, the main theme on the top is fathers and children, or children and their fathers. But then there's just like a lot of conversation about love and, love and support, and love and support, and I like the episode. I like the show. I think I liked it more when I wasn't taking notes and reviewing it, because I could just like watch it and really enjoy it. But that's what I got. Thank you so much for watching, commenting, liking, subscribing. We're working on 150 subscribers, so go ahead and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Thank you. If you are a subscriber or brand new about to subscribe, thank you for sharing, liking, commenting. I already said all of that, so you know what today is. It's the best day ever. You know who you are. You are the greatest, like in the light of Muhammad Ali. And be you, be fabulous you. Peace.